Welcome to Meadowbrook Memories podcast. I am Jelly, otherwise known as Glaister Prince. My co-host is Hitchcock, otherwise known as Alfred Henry. Our mission on this podcast series is to explore the stories behind the magic that was created at Meadowbrook. In over a span of 4 years, between 1982 and 1986, we saw the transformation of a small co-educational school with less than 1,200 students, 800 girls and 400 boys, into a successful sports and scholastic champions, winning 7 major trophies, 3 Sunlight Cup, 2 Topping Cup, 1 Walker Cup, and 1 Nutriment Shield. And to crown these achievements, Meadowbrook also produced 2 Rhodes Scholars, Cavell Creighton in 1987 and Andrea Wright in 1989, both graduates of Meadowbrook in 1983. In this podcast series, we will be speaking to persons, both males and females, who are actively involved in this incredible journey, along with friends and family and staff at Meadowbrook, which inspired the environment that created this golden era. We hope you enjoy our discussion. Please give us as much support and encouragement that you can on whatever social media platform you are listening. Welcome and thanks for joining us. Hello, this is Jelly, your Meadowbrook Memories host. Wouldn't you like to know how Meadowbrook won 7 trophies in 4 years in the 1980s? Purchase a copy of my book, The Startling Surprise for a Friend, a Relative, or a Student at Meadowbrook. Thank you. Check the link below. Today is Saturday, December 16, 2023, and welcome back to another conversation about Meadowbrook Memories. Me as usual, Glaister, our Lance, our Prince, our Jelly, and any one of those names will do. Join me for our conversation today is Azal Barrett, whose great support of these conversations have made this very special conversation possible today. And you should go back and listen to Azzy Meadowbrook Memories in his own words by going to episode number 50 and make sure you like, share, and subscribe while listening. And a link will be in the description page for Azzy Meadowbrook Memory. Our next guest, if him probably join us quickly, is the best night watchman in the business, as I call, because since him joined me at the wicket, him decide that him not give him wicket. So welcome back Donovan, Ted Greg, Dan T. Thomas to our conversation, and you must go back and listen to episode number 5 and listen to Dan T. Meadowbrook Memories in his own words. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe while listening. And a link for Ted Greg own Meadowbrook Memories will be in the description page. Both of our guests today will have to give a proper introduction, as Dan T. would have said, because when I started this conversation almost 2 years ago, I had no idea that both of these gentlemen would be joining our Meadowbrook Memories conversation. Our first guest started Meadowbrook in 1983, and he told Azzy that he only started enjoying high school when he started Meadowbrook. He was a member of the Jamaica Junior Badminton Championship team and played on the Jamaica squad that captured the Caribbean title. And our guest will have to tell us if this was the senior or junior badminton team. He enjoyed maths and physics and technical drawing while he attended Meadowbrook. And he was he's our first guest from the Far East because he's linking us today all the way from Taiwan. And I'm on the East Coast. So that's a 13-hour time difference. I respect the guests to take the time to come to this morning for me and tonight for him. Our next guest started Meadowbrook in 1990 and remembers going to Beverly Wright's parties, and Beverly was on the conversation before. And he was introduced to calculus by our other guests, which he considers another language when he was in third form. And when him start talking, you will have to explain to me why he considers calculus another language. But without further ado, Meadowbrook members welcome Jimmy Chang and Craig Chin-Suey to our conversation. To introduce yourself first, Jimmy.
What to introduce? Basically, you have did that for me. You want to know what I did after Meadowbrook?
No, man, we get into that, man. Just introduce when you started Meadowbrook, where you started Meadowbrook, and when you leave, and what you did at Meadowbrook.
Well, okay. When when I got to Jamaica in 1980, my parents put me into a priory, and I I get to learn a bit of English there and realize priory is not a school for me to go because nobody study there. They only go to school and waste their time. So a friend of my family got me into Meadowbrook. And then the first day at school, Miss Morris gave me a maths test in office and then put me into class 9-1. That is, well, Beverly Wright was the form captain. And now she's hipper.
Mm-hmm. We're going to get into that detail, Jimmy. I just want to give me a quick intro. So it starts Meadowbrook what year? 83?
Yeah.
I left when? 1985.
Well, graduate in
Graduate,
85.
yeah.
Right, and
Yeah, man.
and stayed in Jamaica until 1989.
Yeah, man. We're going to get
1989, I left Jamaica for college.
Mm-hmm.
And after I finished my college, I did civil engineering.
Okay.
And after that, I went to work in London. I mean, England.
Okay. We're getting all of that, Jimmy. But make that, I guess, make
Okay.
Craig introduce himself, and then Dante, and then Ozzy reintroduce it. Craig, introduce yourself for me.
Well, I started Meadowbrook in 1980 and graduated in 1985. I was in, I guess I was in 7-1 and went through the classes with Beverly and Sean and all those guys in the 11-1.
Okay. Thank you. And what year you left, Craig?
85.
85. Okay. We're getting into the details when we start talking a couple. And Ozzy, reintroduce yourself for me.
Okay. I'm Oswald Barrett. Jelly, thanks again for bringing us together. It's actually, when I look on the screen, it's actually all gentlemen online now are class of 85, except you. But
Okay.
but it's good to be here. I said I'm Oswald Barrett, class of 1985, and I've been a past guest with you, and I've enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Yeah, thank you, Ozzy. And Dante, unmute your mic and reintroduce yourself.
Morning, Jelly. Morning, everyone. Morning, Craig, Ozzy, Jimmy, Donovan Thomas, aka Tegre, Dante. Same class as everybody here, same years, 82, 85, and thing. Looking forward to the conversation again. This one is a little different, and I think it's going to be, special.
Extra special, Dante. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Dante. And apologies for the little late start. I mean, with the technical issue up front, but yeah. So, Jimmy, I'm going to start with you with the first question. The first question we ask everybody come on these conversations. Did you choose Meadowbrook or Meadowbrook chose you?
Did I what? Sorry?
Did you choose Meadowbrook or Meadowbrook chose you?
I think both.
Repeat. Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy. Sorry.
It was a friend of family that knows some. I'm not certain who they know from the office, and they got me into the school, but they still gave me a test. And because Craig might know better than when I just got to Meadowbrook, my English was not fluent. Still kind of like you guys said, Chinaman. But after a year or two, and I find, yes, I actually find that I am get involved with Meadowbrook. And I'm glad that Meadowbrook accept me to be part of Meadowbrook.
So you feel like Meadowbrook chose you, Jimmy, or you chose them?
I say both.
Okay.
Meadowbrook accept me, and I find Meadowbrook was pretty much of what I liked. So I chose Meadowbrook, and Meadowbrook chose me.
Yeah, man. I'll get into that some more. But let me ask Craig the same question. And Craig, did you choose Meadowbrook or Meadowbrook chose you?
Meadowbrook chose me, but also when I passed my common entrance, Meadowbrook was my second choice.
Okay. And which school was your first choice, Craig?
Yeah.
Campion.
Okay. So you had known about Meadowbrook before then?
Yeah, man, I did live not too far. At the time I was in Norbrook.
Okay. But you had never been on the campus before?
No.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. So, all right. So back to you then, Jimmy. Earlier you said you were going to Priory before you started. And why decide to leave Priory in terms of that? What motivated you to say, boy, you want to try Meadowbrook?
Well, I started first and second form in Prairie, and actually did not do any studying at all for the first year because of the language barrier. And the second year, start getting into the books, and I realized people around me, not more than 5% of them are really studying. As far as I'm concerned, the Prairie kids are mostly children of the expatriate or rich people. Not many of them really interested in studying. That's why I got a family friend to help me to transfer me into a public school. And then I don't know what school to go, and well, I didn't even know what high school there are. So then they told me that I could go to Meadowbrook. Then I go, and I had a choice to transfer to other school after that, but I didn't. I stayed at Meadowbrook.
You mean other school wanted to recruit you to come to their school?
No, as you know, I did not take the common entrance.
Right.
But there was a chance that I could transfer to other high school if I want to. But then I decided to stay at Meadowbrook.
Mm-hmm. Well, getting at that, Jim. Well, let me ask you a question. You said something about a language barrier. You came to Jamaica from where? Where are you coming from?
Taiwan.
Okay. So when you came to Jamaica, you know no English at all?
Not even knowing ABCs. I was age 12 then.
My God.
Yeah, that must have been intimidating.
Yeah.
That must have. So how you manage?
Well, I don't know. I forgot.
I have a follow-up. I have a follow-up question to that. I have a follow-up question, Jelly.
Yeah, go ahead, Dante. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy, you
Yeah.
I mean you passed English in
O level.
O level?
O levels, right?
Almost pass. I got a D.
That's a
I
D.
got a D. Yeah, but
Okay.
C is pass, right?
Yeah,
Yes, yeah, pass. Yeah.
you get a D. No, what
Yeah.
I remember that was that's I mean the fact that you had gotten a D was a big thing for at some devotion at school. You remember that, Ozzy?
As your mic on mute.
I remember Mr. McLennan giving me a lot of accolades in Assembly Hall. For
In
his
the assembly hall, right?
Yes.
And it was actually one of the proud moments for us at Meadowbrook
Yes,
to know
it was.
that, because it was a big thing. Because you learned English as a foreign language and was able to achieve so much. I remember that distinctly. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Mr. McLennan was big on Jimmy, man.
Yeah, man.
I didn't remember that. Maybe I stole school that day.
No, Jimmy, you never been in schooling.
No.
As far as I can remember. Leave that part to me.
It's like that.
But no calling from him. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Craig, when you came to Meadowbrook now, you have never been on the campus before. What was the first impression you got at Meadowbrook campus?
Man, I come from a small prep school called St. Cecilia. And compared to that to Meadowbrook, it was like, another country. So yeah, it was a frightening experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I think I went through first form. I didn't know nobody,
you mean and why
and
was that?
later, well, it's so because I think I was very shy, very introverted, and I didn't in first form I didn't really make any close friends at first. It wasn't until must about halfway school I realized, oh, I know that kid. He used to go to St. Cecilia too.
Right, I would just
Mark
answer
Edwards.
that. Yeah.
Craig was always quiet.
And and Colleen Grant used to go to St. Cecilia too.
And she went to Meadowbrook as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So who are some of the friends that we made? When you say you never meet much, what are some of the friends that you remember when you started meeting friends, Craig?
Well, I did I think Kenneth Wong was the first one that kind of say, well, him live in the area and him kind of show me around. Because I believe I was very sheltered at the time. My parents didn't make me run around and go about everywhere because I grew up in the country.
When you say country, what do you mean? Which country that?
In Hanover, Lucy?
Oh yeah, man. My people them come from down that way there, Craig. My parents come from my mother comes from Cascade up in the hills.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jill, we have to talk.
Yeah.
Craig, we have to talk. I have family that way now.
After year. Yeah, so you were from Lucy, Craig?
Yeah. I did born in Kingston, but my parents moved to Lucy because of work.
Okay. Oh, so he's a country boy, and I did I say?
Yeah, man. I'm a mother. My mother come from Springfield and then Stav.
Springfield, which part again? A man take up here?
Yeah, around that way.
Yeah. I'm over on Stav. Yeah. I didn't know that. That's interesting. That's interesting, Craig. So yeah. So what some of the people I meet? Where you remember meet? They say Kenneth Wang. How well should they say?
And Kenneth's good friend is Pierre or Ricardo Anderson.
Okay.
And then Richard Jones, him live right across from Kenneth. So all of the 4 hour used to hang out.
And where I live? Live in Heavendale or Meadowbrook area?
Evendale.
Okay.
That Meadowbrook area, Evendale,
Meadowbrook
area.
Okay. All right. So you, Jimmy, when you first come to Meadowbrook now, what was the impression you get at the campus when you come from the school?
Well, good question. How many years ago was that?
Almost 40.
You're testing my brain.
40 years this year, Jimmy. Yeah.
It was a great difference. As in Prairie, there was, say, multinationals. You find students from all over the world. Norway, India, Costa Rica, all over. Right? So it was kind of interesting for me to be in that sort of environment. But then, back to first day I come to Meadowbrook, I find, okay, it's just like I was walking on the street, right? Mostly, well, all are Jamaican. And that time, there was, I think there was a few, say Chinese, like Craig. And I remember there was a guy called Albert. I forgot his last name. Albert something. He must be about two.
Yes,
well, I forgot, but he must be about 2 years ahead of us. And then another youth, Spencer Wong.
Oh yeah, I remember.
That was the same year as us.
Yeah.
Right, but it was the third year that I got to Jamaica, and my parents, they don't go out. They don't they don't get themselves involved into the Jamaican society. They hang around with Chinese people and play mahjong whenever they have time. And since I start with Meadowbrook, I start to get myself involved into the local society and getting to know the local people. So it's about, say, one semester for me to get used to it. Starting from the second semester, well, I made friends mostly in our year. Like, I remember, Craig, you were in 9-3, right? And I used to hang out with Craig and Pierre, and also Brian Bolt in my class. And then I get more and more involved into the society. And I am happy that I did that, because that's how I get myself to be a Jamaican.
Well, I like when you put that, Jimmy. You feel like a Jamaican then. Hey, Jimmy?
That's about it. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, go ahead, Ozzy.
Jelly, I remember when I met Jimmy.
Oh, sorry, Craig. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Because I think we didn't meet Jimmy till 9-3. So I thought Jimmy just come to Meadowbrook that time. But Jimmy thought that I knew Chinese, and him start speaking in Mandarin. And I tell I told Jimmy, I don't speak no Chinese, you know. The Chinese I know is like an old language. And Jimmy look at me like say I have two head. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know Chinese? Aren't you Chinese? Oh, you mean you don't know Chinese?
Ah.
And I tell Jimmy the few words that I know that my grandmother teach me, but I tell him it's Hakka. It's another Chinese dialect. And Jimmy look at me like say I was an alien. Him say, you mean that language hasn't been spoken for like 1,000 years?
And for the record, which language Jimmy spoke, Craig?
And
I really
yeah,
don't
I remember that. I remember that time.
Yeah.
But I remember in 93, everybody was trying to teach Jimmy a new word every day. And of course,
Yeah.
you have some of those bad boys that teach Jimmy all the bad word.
Mhm.
Right, Jimmy?
I learn fast.
But let me ask you something, Jimmy.
What I remember.
Yeah, go ahead, Arthur, sorry.
Was that he used to ride to school. He used to ride a motorcycle to school.
Oh, Jimmy?
That's what I mean. My first, actually seen him on campus when he used to ride his motorcycle. I don't know if you guys remember that.
No. I had a bicycle, but I got my first motorcycle in '87. That's after I left Meadowbrook. But I remember I had a bicycle, and sometimes I ride after school, and when I go home, sometimes I will ride a bicycle out and go up to Red Hills for training, and I will just pass by Meadowbrook.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was a motorcycle. I don't know.
No,
A
it was
bicycle. Yeah.
it's a bicycle, lad.
It was a bicycle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Yeah, man. I remember the bicycle for real.
how far Jimmy I ride from? Hey, Jimmy, how far you rode to school? Where were you living at the time? Jimmy,
I don't know. I can't seem to find Lance.
No, man, I'm here.
Jelly?
I don't. Oh,
Sorry?
hold on, my mic on mute. Sorry.
No, Jelly. We can't.
One
I
second.
don't hear Jelly.
My mic was on mute.
Yeah,
sorry,
Jelly.
mic was on mute. Sorry, but I was asking you, Jimmy. How far were you riding from? Where were you living at the time that you could have ride come Meadowbrook?
I live at somewhere about Red Hills Road and Condon Spring Road.
Okay. You know that. Yeah.
And I told you I was a badminton player.
Mm-hmm.
So I ride bicycle up to the Red Hills.
I mean,
for training.
Up the Red Square.
Yeah, climbing the hill for training.
Jesus.
Yeah, how you do that?
To build up my legs.
Oh, for build up your leg. It's like a part of the training.
Yeah, part of my training.
Oh, I didn't. That's some tough regimen. Dante, you could have do that.
You're the people special.
Yo, no, we couldn't do that. But remember, say we are Hillsman, you know.
Right.
And we never did not try that. We have enough problem. I walk.
Yeah.
But we used to see him doing now. We used to see him riding and thing, yeah.
I ride a bicycle up the hill.
Yeah. We watch him with admiration, you know.
Yeah, that's some training, Jimmy. That's some. But
yeah.
Before I get into the badminton and Jimmy and Craig, may I come back to you? I don't forget you. I want to ask Jimmy a question about you say you came from Taiwan. What is the difference between the school system in Taiwan and the school system in Jamaica?
You mean food?
The school system. Yeah.
School system. Okay, the school system here in Taiwan is more or less not much different, except that we have 2 semesters here every year. Instead that in Jamaica we have 3 semesters a year.
Yeah.
Of course, we get we only get a summer and winter break, and okay, I myself kind of like history, and it was pity that when I started school in Jamaica, I couldn't read the books, and I love to learn the history of the Caribbean. But at least the years in Meadowbrook, I started to read the books, and I get to learn about the Jamaica and Caribbean, and that was great. And apart from that, after high school, basically it's the same like college and university in the States.
Yeah.
And I came back to Taiwan for university for my degree. And after that, I went to work in the UK. And my colleague, mostly like college graduate. And I find that I can catch up with them, and maybe I'm slightly ahead of them, to be honest.
Okay. It's almost like implying, Jimmy, that the system in Jamaica was superior to the system then, at the time.
Well, I don't find anything wrong with the system in Jamaica. I believe the education system in Jamaica is similar to the British education system.
Yeah, it is. It is, Jimmy. It's a similar culture.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Yeah. So, Craig, when you came to Meadowbrook now, who are some of the teachers you remember when you started Meadowbrook?
Well, I don't remember much of the teachers when I got to first form, you know. It was like days for me the first year. I do remember Miss Smith, my math teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I think every boy remember Miss Smith.
Who that?
Yes, Craig. Yes, Craig.
Jimmy, Jimmy,
No, I
All
don't know
boys
Miss
are
Smith.
going to remember Miss Smith.
I'm in Jamaica that as Dante.
No, it's not. Yeah, she was well put together.
You got. I think Craig was a part of the crew that went to Saturday classes, you know, Jelly.
Oh, with Miss Smith?
me?
A whole bunch of us guys. Saturdays, Miss Smith's house. Extra classes.
I don't even remember where Miss Smith lived. I don't think so.
So it wasn't the math so much, Craig. It wasn't the math so much I remember at all, right?
No, I don't even. I just remember that she teach math. I don't remember anything she teach.
I like that one.
I like that one, Craig. Yes. Yeah.
And you know who I got after that? Mr. McGregor. Is then I realized that, oh, this is what math is.
No wonder.
Jimmy used to try and explain math to me, you know. And I was saying, Jimmy, how you know all them something here? You know, the math that Jimmy knew. I think no other student know how to do math that way. He used to teach me all these shortcuts, how to calculate math. Him say, yo, you don't need this, you don't need that. You just do this and that and get the answer. And I was like, how come them don't teach us this shortcut?
So Chinaman always go shortcut, you know?
Yo, Jimmy, you used that a couple of times. You don't have no problem with them call. You used to get that call lots of school, Chinaman.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you.
I wonder if another politically correct is that we can still do that at Jamaica. Because that's exactly what we used to call one another.
Yeah.
We used to sit together, We used to sit together during physics and math. But as the class went along, everybody push us different. So the other kids them can sit around Jimmy and sit around me so they can copy.
Mm. Them I learn from the brains, them Dante, right?
So,
I used to tell them, I don't know what you guys copying because I don't understand nothing the teacher's saying either. So the blind leading the blind. They must go sit next to Jimmy because is him I learning from.
Speaking of Mr. McGregor, there's a joke. One day I usually hang out in his office. He got a individual office. I forgot where it was, but he was alone. His individual office. And one day his class finished and walked into the office. He looked at me and said, "Jimmy Chang, how many times I tell you not to smoke in my office?"
Jesus.
That was in fifth form.
Mr. McGregor.
Yeah.
Because when in fifth form, the last 2 semesters in fifth form, Mr. McGregor told me not to go to the fifth form maths class. He put me into the sixth form maths. So when he give class, the fifth form maths class, I go to his office and smoke.
I hope it's cigarette alone you were smoking, Jimmy.
Of course, it's Mr. McGregor's cigarette.
I'm correct. Earlier you had said, well, I had read where you sent me a bio say, calculus is like a separate language. What do you mean by that? Expand on that for me. Why you say that?
So, calculus have all these different symbols, right? And I did have problems with quadratic equations. I didn't know what them was talking about. Why are we doing these equations? So I didn't understand the purpose of it, So if I did understand a little about why we're doing it, maybe I could understand it a little better. So of course, Jimmy is trying to explain to me why we do math, why we're doing these math problems, So it's a big language barrier already to understand why you're trying to solve problems using math. But him say, there's an easier way to solve this problem, but we're not there yet. And him start write down all these symbols and everything. I said that look like some Egyptian foreign language when him start writing all these symbols down. And and I was totally confused, but I was interested in how they define areas and all those things. Because at the same time we were learning technical drawing and architecture and all those things too. And Jimmy was trying to explain to me how them come with these numbers in maths and physics using calculus.
Mm-hmm. But interesting. But let me ask you a question, Jimmy. But and it just came to me. I listened to Craig. It's like, because you came from Taiwan and didn't know a word of English at all. You need to know English to know maths the way you did. Or you just not maths is a different language completely, as Craig said.
Okay. As I told you, I had interest in history and also geography. But due to the language barriers. I cannot read the books. So all I can do, the only book that I can read is math. That is only symbols. And maybe just have to know a few keywords to understand the question. And that's why the later high school years, I am better in, say, maths, physics, and the technical drawing too.
Yeah, I get you, Jimmy. Because those weren't words at all. Those were like just numbers and figures.
Yeah, and of course, you have to understand it. You cannot learn it. You have to understand it. So that's the only thing I could do. And didn't have any choice, but that's why I choose engineering in the college.
That makes sense. That makes sense, Jimmy. That makes complete sense what you're saying. I never thought about it before, but just listening to you, Craig, I realized exactly what you're saying. I never thought. So, in a sense, it's almost like you have to focus on what you know. It's like you couldn't focus on English and history, and although you love it, because it was just so much harder to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting, Jimmy. Interesting. That is so Craig, you learned a lot from Jimmy because he was Chinese or because Jimmy was just good?
Jimmy, I think because I was Chinese, Jimmy was drawn to me because we're probably most similar out of everybody. We're mostly similar because even though I consider myself pure Jamaican, we have Chinese background. So yeah, I think I was only in 993 with Jimmy. And the only reason how I get to 93 is because Miss McLennan look at me like say that I was a business person. She said I was good. I was good with numbers, but I must go learn business.
That stereotype, that man. Every Chinaman want business at Jamaica. That's what I tell you. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Jimmy. Sorry.
I was in 9-1, not 9-3.
You were in 9. You were in 9-1. So
yeah, I was in the same class with Beverly Wright, Sean Hibbert.
That's 9-1. That's 9-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9-1.
Yeah.
So Jimmy, how come we used to end up in the same class together?
No, because every break we hang out together, and sometimes maybe during break times we will discuss problem, whatever, and we have lunch together. We always hang out together. We go to the canteen. We go to the canteen together and everything.
Yeah, I think part of the thing is Craig. When we were in third form, different classes had classes together. There were some classes that you had, for example, 9-1 and 9-4 doing chemistry together, because it's not everybody.
Yeah.
And that type of thing. So there were some classes that were shared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be that.
Could be that. Yeah.
But let me ask both.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, go ahead, Craig. And let me ask a question. Go ahead.
Yes, I did want to. I remember say one time. I did. They ask you what classes you want to take for the next semester, and I say I want to take art. And in my farm, them don't do art. So I tell them, say, I want to do art. So whichever class you put me into, I want to continue doing art. And that's how I used to jump around from different, some kids, them will go from 7-1, go all the way to 11-1. And I used to jump around different classes.
Because you want to try different things.
Yeah, I want to try everything. But, that's how I end up being a jack of all trades and master at none. Because I tried everything. I think that's one of the reasons why them did have badminton and volleyball at Meadowbrook, because I don't remember them doing table tennis, badminton, and volleyball when we first started. But because Jimmy was so good at table tennis and badminton, then they started recruiting kids to do the same thing.
Well, I good table tennis team before, Craig, but maybe by the time I left, I had a good table tennis team up to 1980. A real good table tennis team. But maybe you're right about
I used
that.
to remember.
Yeah.
But
I remember practicing inside the auditorium.
Yeah, I remember they had a drawing, the markings for the badminton on the assembly hall floor.
Yeah.
For years, even years after we left, when I went back to visit, it was still there.
Oh.
So let us have Jimmy the question then. Jimmy, were you the one who introduced badminton to Meadowbrook, or you came? Why you decided to play badminton? Was it a sport you loved? Or Meadowbrook introduced it to you? Are you introduced it to Meadowbrook?
No. As I told you, my parents, they play mahjong every day.
They play who?
Right. The Chinese stamina.
Mahjong.
Chinese stamina. Mahjong.
Spell that for me, Jimmy. And because remember, we're not Chinese, And at first, I hear that. Sorry.
Mahjon.
And what type of game that is? A board game?
It's like a Chinese stamina game.
Okay, all right. Yeah, man. Go ahead then. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, anyway. Well, for young kids, I was active and I was bored. And happened that some friends took me to the badminton court one day, and I tried it and I get to like it, so I get myself involved. And the year I got a junior champion was 1983. 83 or 84, I forgot. And that was the time I attending Meadowbrook. And then our PE teacher, I think it was Mr. Yearwood, was it?
Yeah, Mr. Here. Yeah, he coached us a cricket to Mr. Here. Yeah. Yeah, I think he used to play some badminton to patrol, Jimmy. Yes.
Because in Jamaica there was a school league every year, and Meadowbrook never joined the league. But Mr. Hare knows about it, and he asked me to sign up for the league and participate in the league. So I started to fix up the court and recruit whoever likes to play badminton, and probably we stay after school to do some practicing and everything. So it actually I'm good at badminton before I joined Meadowbrook.
So where did you learn badminton, Jimmy?
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica, okay. But before you start Meadowbrook, you used to play badminton.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the players who played on that badminton team with that Meadowbrook? You remember some of them?
To be honest, I forgot. Too long. And the reason is that I didn't, not long after that, I left Meadowbrook. So maybe the time I spent with them is very short.
Yeah.
So it's hard to have deep impression.
Yeah. If I told you some names, you'd remember them.
Sorry?
All day. If I gave you some names, would you remember them?
I don't
'Cause
think so.
yeah, man.
I
Okay.
don't.
'Cause I remember. I don't think I missed too many badminton matches. Yeah, I remember Paul Day,
Yes.
Paul Day, Ron Johnson, and Dave Fearman.
I remember. I recall Rowan Johnson.
Yeah, man, Ron Johnson.
Yeah,
We used to call
I
him
recall
Mooney.
that name.
Yeah, man, we used to call him Mooney. Yeah, man, he was one of them. He was one that played.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, but
yeah.
at least we win some game. We lose some game, but at least we participated. And I think the year after that, I left Meadowbrook.
Yeah, we were very competitive in badminton. But it in fact, Jelly, that is one of the things we wanna get the Dread credit for.
Right. I'm glad you bring that up. I know, right.
Yeah, because
And for the record,
badminton.
hold on, Dante.
Yeah.
And for the record, Jimmy, you don't know what the dread used to call me, say here?
Red Dread.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean Mr. Hare?
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to
Yeah,
call
I
him
remember. Yeah.
Red Dread.
Yeah.
Because his ear was long
very-
and thin.
A very tall guy.
Yeah. Tall, brown, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That white.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So Craig, you never play no sports at all, or never interested in no sport at all? Are you just interested in a
Jelly.
and a Miss Smith?
Jelly, I tried to join everything, but I wasn't that good.
Yeah.
I remember Mr. Here telling me cut me, because when I was trying out for soccer, I could try for soccer, or football with Pierre. And the first time I go out there to play football with them, the man them rush me, trip me up. Mr. Here just look at me and say, "I'm not strong enough. Go sit down." Them guy used to push me around.
How about that sport, then, Craig? Like,
Oh yeah, man, cricket. Man, I remember. I think it was Tigray. Everybody was getting so good, and I wasn't getting that good. Cause, man, I remember when the first time me get licked on my finger. I'm afraid of the ball after that.
yeah.
I broke my finger.
Mm-hmm.
But I did love to watch, and I used to go bottom field and watch cricket. Sometimes I even, tell them, say, all right, I don't want to bat or nothing, but I go feel. You know how when you lick the ball, it go way down. I'll go run.
Mm-hmm.
Even go down to the gully, go get ball.
So you used to support the team, then the cricket team. So it didn't make you feel that the cricket team start win the champion of Meadowbrook for a whole heap of time you were there. How did it make you feel?
Oh yeah, man. We used to celebrate and everything. We used to bring drinks and everything. Go down. Somebody will bring cookies. Somebody will bring bread, sandwich. Somebody will bring drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I used to help.
Yeah.
We used to sit down. Sometimes, there's such a big crowd down there too. We used to sit down on top of the building. Remember that?
Yes.
Them have that.
Yeah.
Them have that building. It have a concrete roof. We used to go jump up there, go watch the game.
That are the members pavilion, Dante. At the bottom,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The members pavilion. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So
I think I was the longest. I did the longest in track and field.
what do you mean by that?
I did maybe 2 or 3 years of track and field.
Oh, in terms of participation. So what you did? You run 400 sprinter or you did field event?
I was mostly a sprinter because I didn't have the stamina to do all them long running things. So But of course, everybody else was so much better at sprinting that, I was like last place all the time, you know?
Cannibal never run. Black man. Black man never run too fast.
So Jimmy,
But
Hey, but
yeah, go ahead.
when I did come
no,
America,
go on, right.
when I come to America, I was one of the fastest ones.
Oh, really? When you start college here?
Yeah. When I start, I did go to a little high school and a college up here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Dante.
You know that? Cannibal can beat
No,
black
yeah.
man, but can beat the white man.
Funny guy.
So Craig, you because you migrated little after high school or right after high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I don't remember running into you after high school, to be honest.
No.
Here, yeah. Good still, yeah, man.
Yeah. So Jimmy, you never try no other sport at all but badminton.
What? Sorry?
You never try no other sport. You just stick to badminton.
Other sport? Well, I was too busy with badminton.
Okay.
Lots of training.
Okay. So
But yes, in PE class, well, Mr. here and that twin brother,
Smith,
Fabulous.
Patrick and Paul Johnson.
Patrick and Paul Smith.
Patrick and Paul Johnson, right?
Not Johnson,
Smith.
not Johnson.
Smith.
Yeah.
Smith.
The Goblet
Smith.
we used to call him, Jimmy. Goblet
Yeah.
twins. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
The three of us always hung around with Mr. here and helping him to carry the equipment, whatever, in PE class.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of warming up with those guys in PE class, but most of the after school hours, I have my own training.
So you became badminton champion for the entire island, Jimmy, or for just the corporate area?
All island, all Jamaica.
Oh, really? Well, tell us about that journey then, Jimmy. When you started out, did you think say you actually win the entire thing?
No, but I would say I am myself is kind of aggressive. I want to do better and better. So in Jamaica, the badminton, we have 4 divisions, starting from D, then up to C, B, and A. Right? So I kind of climb up pretty fast up to B division and win the junior champion.
Okay, but that was excellent, Jimmy. You were going to Meadowbrook at the time.
Yeah.
And you were representing Meadowbrook, or the badminton tournament was like for yourself, or it was a school competition?
Represented Meadowbrook.
Okay.
Well, the school league.
The school league.
Has to be a team. Not individual.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not myself.
This is a team thing. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Right. It's a team, but in other competitions, we have we mostly are individual events.
Yeah.
Right, and then when I played for Jamaica, there is a annual Caribbean game.
Mm-hmm.
Participated over 10 countries in the Caribbean.
And where was that tournament held, Jimmy? In Jamaica at the time, that year?
Every year, they hold the competition in different countries.
Yeah.
And the year I won the title was in Curacao.
Okay. So you actually you traveled to Curacao for that tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know what? I'm glad you're talking about this, because that's something we don't talk about at all, Dante. Our badminton.
Well, I kept myself low profile.
No, we'll have to big it. What for change that, Jimmy? I'm big that up here now, because I wasn't aware of that at all until me have a talk, you know. Dante, you aware of that?
Yeah. What? Yeah. That Jimmy was dominating badminton.
I'm Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Remember, I'm tell you, we used to be very competitive in badminton, but I think it's because it is not such a popular sport in Jamaica.
Yeah.
We tended to have not treated it with the type of, you understand?
Yeah, go under the radar. It's not one of the big three sports. The big three are like football, cricket, and track and field. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But truth be told, them used to get I remember they got good support. They got very good support from us while they play. Cause they used to play in the assembly hall.
Right, I remember that. Right, and
play in the assembly hall, and we used to give them good support. Cause we did proud of them. Cause they were very competitive.
Yeah. No, a lot more than competitive than T. We win. We win.
Yeah, man.
As you sound like you have a question.
No, I actually played a little badminton, but man, I used to break rackets like crazy, man.
Why? Because you're so upset?
That's a very
like what John McEnroe used to do the tennis racket. That me I think about when him said that, yeah.
You
know? I remember that too, because the school could only afford them cheap racket there, right? But when Jimmy was playing, Jimmy have this latest graphite racket. You hold on to the one that the school racket, and it's heavy, like it make out of steel.
I mean, racket.
Jimmy let you hold. You hold Jimmy racket, and you go, Jimmy, this is like a feather. Where you get this racket from?
Yes, so Jimmy, tell me the secret about that. Did I get sponsorship early and tell me?
Well, in the early days, we don't get much of a sponsorship. Even when we travel abroad to play for Jamaica, the fund was so limited. And the Jamaica Badminton Association asked every one of us, every one of the teammates, to find their own sponsor. Right? And that's how it was. And of course, for us to be in a competition, we need better equipment. Not saying using the best, but at least up to some certain standard.
Yeah. I got you, Jimmy.
But heavy racket is good for you. Build up your wrist. So
we got the practice racket.
Yeah. So you play like a badminton to Craig?
Oh yeah, my parents used to was heavy into the badminton.
Okay.
I think in general, them used to have a lot of Asians. That was their pastime. Yep. We used to know some families that live in the Red Hills area too. The Shims. Them did have two badminton courts in them backyard.
Okay.
And we used to go up there and play badminton too. But like I said, I was too young back then to compete with the adults, But I did know a little bit.
Yeah. So you still play badminton, Jimmy?
No, because after I finished college, I've been traveling around all over the world.
Okay.
And just have to give it up.
Well, at the same thing as me, I used to play volleyball cricket at school, and I have not left a cricket bat since 1986 or 1987. So I know what I mean. Life and family take over, Jimmy. So.
Yep.
I know what you mean. And I the captain of the cricket team and I won the first time. So I was an ardent cricketer. So but let me ask before me ask you that question, both and cricket, but Jimmy, is badminton a big sport in Taiwan?
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
But I never touched badminton before.
Okay, I
Because
got you learned
I left when I was 12.
and you didn't learn it before you came to Jamaica then. That's what you're saying.
No, not at all.
Okay, I got you. And I just said that. Did you have any brothers and sisters that came to you from Taiwan?
Sorry?
Did you have brothers and sisters that were with you in Jamaica at the time?
Yeah, the whole of my family was in Jamaica.
Oh boy, so it was brothers or sisters. How many brothers, how many sisters, Jimmy?
A brother and two sisters.
And what school I went to?
I was the youngest.
Oh, you were the
They
young.
don't go to school.
Oh, they came here. Okay, I got you. They were part of school age.
Yeah.
I got you. And you, Craig, you had brothers or sisters who at Meadowbrook were in your age group, or they were older or younger? Or you are
Yeah, I did have a sister. I had a sister that was 2 years younger. She went to Campion.
okay. But let me ask you the two of this question for. Let me ask this you first, Craig. And Jimmy, can think about this while Craig will answer the question. How did you feel I come Meadowbrook at the time in terms of say, I'm both proud of Chinese heritage in terms of say, you know, just feel any way like gonna feel out of place when you go Meadowbrook?
You know, when I was going to Saint Cecilia, I did feel like that's how it was. People used to be afraid of you, but in Meadowbrook, no, everybody was all the same. You know, it was a good family. I think everybody blended very well, all from all different cultures. So yes, you have your clique. You know, you have your group that you used to hang out with, but everybody, I want to say, everybody was never afraid of approaching somebody else. You know, I never had a problem where anybody looked down on me or called me or anything that was offensive. You know, every now and then, yes, when I go outside, like when you used to walk on the road or something, then people used to go, you know, Ching Chong Chinaman. I didn't have that problem at. We never have that problem at Meadowbrook.
In the school.
Everybody, yeah, in the school, everybody was very respectful.
Yeah, man, that's good for you. And Jimmy, the same question to you in terms of say.
Well, more or less same like Craig. And why do you think we counting fight? Because as Craig said that we played it very well, and you know there's always some guys teasing the other and things and this and that. You cannot avoid that anywhere. But in general, I agree with what Craig said.
You had no
Maybe there's one or two guys that get you annoying or whatever, but cannot be avoided.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But in general, they never had that problem at all.
You know,
I don't know if Craig, if you remember that Pierre was in a fight with some, I forgot the guy's name. The guy always go around people going to the canteen and slapping people's neck back. And one day Pierre caught up with him and they had a fight.
Yeah.
And Pierre was Chinese. Pierre was
him
Chinese as well?
no, Pierre.
It's like Indian.
Pierre, yeah, Indian.
Okay,
yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
Andrew Rickard.
Pierre's family did have some Chinese mixed way down the line, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, but we hang out, we get along pretty well.
And what's him last?
Right.
What's him last name again? But we big him up. Pierre.
Anderson.
Andrew Rickard.
No, Ricardo.
Ricardo
Ricardo
Anderson.
Anderson.
Ricardo
Ricardo
Anderson.
Anderson.
Ricardo
Okay,
Anderson.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dante.
Ricardo
Yeah.
Anderson.
And you sound like you have a comment
Yeah,
or
he's,
a question, Dante. Go ahead.
no, me just say when them a talk about go around and slapping a neck back, me I said it sound like me, but me and Pierre never fight still.
No. It's not you. It's sometimes.
No, other me, man. Me and Pierre are brethren from first farm.
Sometimes a year or 2 years before
Hold up.
us.
Yeah.
Nothing our class.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, when him say that, Dante, you come to mind and I say, hold on, Dante. Yeah.
Oh no,
So
I'm
you
never
were
really
one of
used
them,
to that, you know. Me did more defend people, but you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Tegre, you remember we used to have this game where we have a letter of the day, and if you say any word with that letter, you get punched.
You get punched, you get slapped in your neck, and then
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. So I think that's how it used to start. We used to get punched. You pick a letter.
Yeah, we used,
and you.
if you not cross your finger and you say that a word with that letter, you're in a trouble.
Yeah, them used to punch
It
you
could
or
be
something.
a S or something like that. It was you remember the game there? You don't remember that, lad?
No, I don't remember.
We play a game.
What I remember is the sound of the kick.
No, man, we had a game like X word or A word or something like that.
Don't remember it.
If you say a word with that letter and you don't have your fingers crossed, you get a slap or a punch. You slap in the neck back. And also, if you slap a man and him having fingers crossed, you get a penalty.
Rotted.
Yeah, man. It was a thing what we used to play, man.
Yeah.
But me ask you one question. This is a question I can't avoid. But we're not talking about slap and all of me there. When you never draw, and you first, Jimmy, when a man a slap on or try slap on, you never draw the Bruce Lee card on them and tell them playing karate.
I don't name Bruce.
Because that was a stereotype at the time, you know. Every Chinaman know karate, you know, Jimmy. So
yeah, man. Yeah.
You watch too much movie, man.
Yeah.
You never hear the saying. There's a saying. There's a saying. You're showing me your kung fu? Then watch my gun fu.
In those days, stereotype work for us.
Stereotype work for you, Craig. Yeah. Yeah, man. Of course.
People were.
Yeah, go ahead,
People were
Dante.
a little afraid. People were a little afraid to challenge anybody with, a Chinese kind of decent because of the same kung fu thing. There was just a belief that everybody will have a little Asian.
Yeah, man, and trust me, all we have to do is we're the white karate gi and all karate. Any one of the martial arts gi them without belt around your thing. And trust me, nobody not touching none of that.
No.
Well, you know who I think was all the Chinese Asian fellas at work at school who fought. And I saw him use kung fu once. Was Andrew Chin-Suey.
Yeah.
I've seen him use it. I think he used it on Louis one day, Yeah, they got into a fight, and I mean he was using some tactics there, boy.
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
That's what I talk about.
Yeah.
That's what I talk about. The reputation. Come before them, as Craig say, the stereotype work,
Yeah. Man, Andrew Chin-Suey was bad, man.
But that's 2 years ago, we hear about fighting and all of it. And Dante, I don't know if you remember one time, a man did catch up with Jim Brown down at Greenwich Farm, and the man did own the gas station. And word on the street was that the man karate and match down Jim,
Yeah, man, me hear about that.
Right? So the word it work here, Craig. Man, understand what I say. I would have used it too. So.
But I don't know if you remember, when Jimmy was training, Jimmy did grip, Who
Yeah.
gonna go mess with Jimmy when Jimmy did look like, say, him was a karate guy, cause him did rip. Him did look just like Bruce Lee.
Yeah, exactly. And if and if my ride go up on hill every day, no man now got test him none at all.
Yeah, man. No man test
No
Jimmy,
man now
man.
test you, Jimmy. So
But
you go ahead, Dante.
a question I want to ask, because all the time, especially on these podcasts, we talk about, Meadowbrook being a melting pot. But we were looking at it. We have always been looking at it from our perspective
Right,
in
right.
terms of
The majority of the population, right, right.
the majority. So for both Jimmy and Craig, you guys came in as well,
Minority,
as
Dante. Minority.
Asians, as minority. Yeah. How did it feel in terms of settling into the school? How you were accepted and that kind of thing from the you know from the school population and thing. How that
And the,
look
and the
feel for you?
teachers, and the teachers. And you take that one the first, Jimmy, and then you go,
Teachers.
Craig.
Yeah.
Teachers and the
Yeah.
rest of students.
That's why that's a school population.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good question, that Dante.
Community. Yeah.
Oh, you take that. You take that first, Jimmy.
Me first?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. You first, and then Craig take answer that. Yeah.
Okay. When I was at Millbrook, I didn't realize it until I've been around more countries, see more people, and stuff like that, right? And okay, first of all, I went to Jamaica. It's already as very rare that doesn't know even ABCs.
Yeah.
Then the 2 years in Prairie, okay, I told you it's a mixture of nationalities, so that doesn't feel much difference. Finally, got to Meadowbrook. Okay, this is a real, okay, say a mini size of the local Jamaican society. I would say that.
Out of many one, definitely right, Jimmy. That is so right. I agree with that. Yeah.
Right. And it's afterwards I realized that it's our Jamaican people are so friendly. Right? And so it's the Jamaican people will accept everybody. Like we always said, no problem, man. Right?
Yeah.
Right? It's that, first of all, the Jamaican or say the community accept me. And then I respect the community. That's how I get involved and get myself move forward.
All right.
I see what you're saying, Jimmy. It's almost like you started going to Meadowbrook. I never even realized you were Chinese.
Yeah. Which is really, yeah. That I think that answers the question.
Yeah.
Jelly,
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah.
Are you yeah, go ahead, Dante.
No, man. I was just asking Craig for his perspective.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, man. When I first got there too, I think it was Tiger was trying to give me a name, but everybody else that was there, them all named Chin and Chino and everything else. So I think it just stuck that everybody just called me Craig.
That was
They
Come
did
to
have
think of it,
they
you
did
know.
about
You're one of the
yep,
you're one of the few that got by without a nickname to think about
yeah.
it. No.
So what was
no, you
They did have Mr. China and Chino and all them guys there that was into sports already. So, you know, I didn't get by.
so what was Jimmy nickname?
I think them did just call him Chang,
Chang. Okay,
Jimmy.
okay, yeah.
Them used to call
But
everybody by them last name if them didn't have no name.
but in 90 something, I went back to Kingston and I was walking up in Patin. There was a guy sit down by the sidewalk and seeing me crossing the road. Him start teaching me, hey, Ching Chong, blah 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 blah, this and that. And I just look at him and say, keep your mouth shut, yeah. Me born and grow here. I said, oh, sorry, Mr. Chin, sorry.
You lick the pot up on him, Jimmy. You throw the pot up on him, make him know say you're born, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that work every time. Trust me. That work every time.
That was from Meadowbrook.
Yeah. I know the unique thing about Jamaican, is the language identify more than anything else, When we talk to one another,
Yes.
you can identify each other quicker more than anything else, You can know if a man is Jamaican, but not by him look Dante, but when him talk. And the easiest way to identify another Jamaican when him talk. So yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world you go and you hear the accent, you're going to look back. Yeah, because you know it's distinct.
But I hear Craig still have strong Jamaican accent. And I kind of losing my Jamaican accent already.
Yeah, guys, you see what happened to you, Jimmy, is that you see you learn the accent up to age 7, I think, If you grow up to 7 in Jamaica, you never lose the accent. My daughter was born in Jamaica and she came here before she could talk, like a year and a half, and she don't have no Jamaican accent.
Okay.
So she can understand us, and when she try to talk it, she struggle with it. You see what I'm saying to you? She can't say it, but she don't come natural like us. You sound more Jamaican than her. That's what I'm saying, right? Not even though she's born in Jamaica. That's why Craig not gonna lose his accent no matter what, man. No matter what. It just come back. I think your accent, like it's set by age 7. I hear somebody say that. I could be wrong, but at that age, I think.
Yeah.
He's not around a lot of Jamaicans in Taiwan.
Come again, Azzy?
He's not around a lot of Jamaicans in Taiwan.
I was going to ask him that. Are there a lot of Jamaicans in Taiwan, Jimmy?
That I don't know any of, but there were our Meadowbrook friends came over to Taiwan, and I met up with them.
Okay. Nice. Glad to hear that.
David, he lived in the States.
What's his name, Jimmy?
Trying to remember. Give me a few minutes. I'll tell you later.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. Well, when this podcast goes out, everybody knows that Jimmy in Taiwan and us. Anybody will go to Taiwan. Them can reach out to
Jimmy. Can you shout me up?
Definitely. So Craig, did you ever have to draw a Jamaican card when you come off foreign?
I don't think so, My Jamaican card? Well, I did work in Brooklyn for maybe about 4 years. So all the time people, they come, there's a lot of Chinese that live in Brooklyn or in New York.
Yeah.
So, of course, both my parents are Chinese. So everybody always stereotype you and say, you're Chinese, you come from China. But as soon as the Jamaican them or the West Indian them start talking, I broke out my patois. And then they look at me.
Yeah, man, that's what I mean. That's what I mean if you have used. That's exactly what I mean, Craig, right? Exactly.
Then I broke it out and them looking at me and say, some of them can't believe, them they say, so when did you go on vacation in Jamaica? I say, yeah, man, I picked this up when I went down there for the 1 week.
Wow.
Yeah, tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find the name.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jimmy, with the name.
I find the name. David Brown.
David Brown?
David.
I don't know which year was he,
Dave
but
Brown.
he was in a Facebook Meadowbrook Friends or something.
Oh, a boy like Dante?
Sounds like
No.
sounds like they're from our chapter Dante.
Eh? Who
Oh,
that black?
sorry. David Brown is not from Meadowbrook, but it's his friend, Dave Robertson.
Oh, yeah. We know Dave. Dave has been on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, man. We know Dave.
He's a friend of Dave, and Dave link us up.
Yeah, man. Dave has been on the
Okay.
podcast, Jimmy. Yeah,
But-
yeah.
But Dave used to play badminton too as well, if I remember correctly, you know. Yeah, man. Dave used to play badminton, play on the badminton team.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Dave. Yes.
Yeah, Dave did a
Mm.
podcast, so Jimmy, with Sarah.
Donovan, this is the same Dave Brown from New York.
No, man, no, nothing, lad.
That's why I said Dave Brown didn't go Meadowbrook. It's Dave Robertson. Dave Brown knew Dave Robertson himself.
It's Dave Robinson.
Dave Robertson.
Yeah.
huh?
Robertson. I don't
Roberts, Dave
yeah.
Roberts.
Yeah. But let me ask you one question though, and you can't take this one at first, Craig. What the most embarrassing moment you remember at Meadowbrook that you can look back on with a smile?
Oh man. So I don't know if you remember, say Spanner did have a ward. You remember that?
Oh what?
A ward. She did have a girl that used to go to Meadowbrook. You know, there's a lot of things that Spanner used to do, you know, and that you never know. But Spanner did have a lot of connections over years, I think. Even though she was very strict, when you know Spanner on a personal level, she was very generous.
Very,
And
very
she-
much so.
She had a lot of connections. So she did have this ward.
And what's a ward?
Did
What's a
have this
ward,
girl-
Craig? Expand on.
A ward
of
is
the
somebody.
state.
It's kind of them most likely are orphan, or them parents don't live in Jamaica.
Okay, I got you.
And she volunteered like a foster parent.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, that's what because I really didn't know at first I heard that word, Craig. But go ahead, sorry.
So in Jamaica, them call them ward, and up here them call them foster parent.
Okay.
So anyway, Miss McLennan, our Spanner, I always call her Spanner because that's how everybody call her. But you know, that's a term of endearment. You know, I don't mean no ill will from calling her Spanner.
No, man.
No.
No, man. We call her Spanner too with affection.
And she embraced it
Yes.
to Craig. You know why she get the name?
Yeah.
You know why? You know what she said? Why she said to Miss Nevins. I don't know if you guys remember Miss Nevins. She said to Miss Nevins one day, I know they call me Spanner. But she said, I know they call me Spanner, and because I tighten up things around here. So she embraced the name. But go ahead, Craig, sorry.
So yes. So you know, say Beverly, she always have these party.
Yeah, that's a
And-
Beverly, right?
And
Right,
then Beverly did invite this girl to our party.
Mm-hmm.
But them didn't have nobody to take her. And so Spanner called me into her office one day, and me think say me in big trouble now, you know. Cause me involved in all them guys playing them game. You know, at the time them used to put shoe polish on them shoes, and then them kick you, and them have the shoe polish leave on your pants. And Spanner did not like that at all. She did try to stop that game from happening, because now you go up on the street and your pants them dirty, it have shoe polish on it and thing like that. I think so that is what she called me in there for now. So she sit me down and she looked serious, you know. She said, Chin, I have something to ask you. And I sweating, man. I can feel like I'm nervous. I feel my hands sweating. And she said, you know, Patricia. And I say, I know of her. I don't talk to her. She said, well, Patricia have to go somewhere and I need your help. And I totally confused. I think I black out and saying, what is this? Because I swear, say I'm in trouble. And she asked me, she said, well, I know, say she got invited somewhere and I need you to take her. And I'm totally confused. I don't know what what to think. And then she said, when she mentioned Beverly, I said, oh, she must get invite and I must take her. So of course I had to ask my parents to take us, because Spanner did have strict rules, I don't even remember half the rules, but she must have spent about 15 minutes telling me all the different rules, when I must pick her up, how I must dress, how when she wants her home, everything.
Mm-hmm. That's fun,
And
boy.
yeah, and I remember say I was so afraid I didn't even enjoy the party at all. I was just sitting right next to Patricia, make sure say nobody not come touch her, no nothing, no funny business not going on.
Real security, top flight security.
I remember say Sean come round and say, come on, drink a beer, drink a something. Say, no, sir, I can't do nothing like that. I have to go drop off Spanner ward here, and me can't be drunk, nothing. I can't do nothing.
Spanner gear responsibility.
Them a dance and everything. And we just sit down at the table. I say, come on, let's go shake a leg or something, walk around. I think we just get up, walk around a little bit. And I remember that night was cold too.
What year was this, Greg? What farm you were in? You in fifth farm?
I think it was fifth farm,
Okay.
It had to be either fourth or fifth farm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember the name. I'd have to see a picture if I remember the name.
I remember her quite well, Jelly.
Yes. She was a light-skinned girl.
Light-skinned girl. Very pretty.
Yeah,
very thin.
I think I'm the same girl you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking. Yes. Yeah. I think she should live up on. She should live up on. Go ahead, Craig. Sorry.
I don't remember what farm she was in, what class she was in. She wasn't in 11-1 though.
She in the yearbook, Ozzy?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have a look real quick.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking. As in describe her.
Yeah.
She usually wear her ear wasn't long, but it wasn't tall either. I know exactly. I think I know that. But if I see a picture, I know exactly what. I wonder. So that was you didn't like the job, Craig, or what?
I was honored to be asked, because I knew say that's the day I understand. Say I was the only boy that Spanner trusted to take our ward to the party.
To behave yourself.
Yes, boy.
Indeed, she did warn me. Yes, she did warn me.
A big responsibility. That
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Because you can't let down Spanner. You can't make nothing to her.
You can't go
So
to drink.
imagine.
You can't make a move or make
You're nervous.
Man. And when we show up to the party too, everybody know me.
Everybody
and
look
we
for you,
bring
of
this.
course. If I the same girl that everybody go turn heads and I say,
Yeah,
wow.
man.
Yeah.
Everybody knows say now that I take this girl come party, and I want to know if we boyfriend and girlfriend.
Man, of course. Right.
Yeah, man, that was heavy responsibility there.
Yeah.
I think
I'm looking at the yearbook. I can't find her picture, brother. It's not there.
I love fair side of the story, Dante. If we never find her, I know of her. Where should I love fear?
Yes.
I love fear fair perspective, Craig. You lose touch with her, Craig?
we never really talk after that.
Okay.
We did just say hi and just have pleasantries. But after that though, after that party though, all the other girls that was talking to me, them never talk to me afterwards, because now them things say we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
You have limit, you know.
Yeah, man. I said that mashed me up. Spanner never know say
No. No, no, match up, Craig. You just never know
so.
for maximize it for your right effect. Right, Dante?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Because
but that's the most memorable,
the
embarrassing thing.
moment
I
you
mean,
remember.
there's a lot of embarrassment, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, that.
Every time,
Yeah, go ahead, Craig.
every time I go to some sports team, I never make it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
say I
Mm-hmm.
even joined the cadets.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Jones, he
Mm-hmm.
was big in the cadet thing, you know.
Richard who?
And him said,
Yeah,
"Come
man.
on, Craig, come on, we
Richard.
need some
Richard Jones.
numbers."
Yeah. Oh, Richard
I
Groves?
mean,
Jones.
Jones,
Jones,
okay, sorry. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and
Number one
I
time
got
party.
joined with Richard.
Mm.
But yeah, man, the teacher or the what you call him, the guy, the head of the cadet.
First in
Him
charge of
know
the
say I
kid.
wasn't that serious. I'm there just to support
Mm.
Richard.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So you, Jimmy,
Yeah.
what the most embarrassing moment for you can remember, look back on with a smile?
Well, first of all,
Yeah, break up, Jimmy, for some reason. Something went wrong. Let me see what I want. Oh, I get a call. I couldn't me.
it's
Yeah, hold
high
on, Jimmy.
school
I'll look up.
children.
Repeat that, Jimmy, from the beginning, because for some reason my connection went away. What's the most embarrassing moment you remember looking back with a smile?
All right. Okay. First of all, I don't know who gave Miss McLennan the name Spanner, but I have to give him a credit because for me, anything I fix, I need a spanner. And we all know how difficult it is to look after these high school children. And I really respect Spanner a lot.
Yeah,
Anyway,
man. Yeah.
anyway, I can't recall of any moment of embarrassment, but there was once I been called to Spanner's office, like Craig, but different situations. And it's the day before. I forgot the boy's name. I was in fourth or fifth form then, and he was like in the second or third. And one day he was it's like we were playing, right? And then he started to provoke me. Of course, I get upset. I mean, been at school for years and get along with most of people well. Now, why are you provoking me? Right? So I chase after him and we run around. And I am not gonna harm him or anything, but it's like playing and chasing. And then it happens that he went behind the door and I pushed the door and I banged him on the door. And I don't think it was hard. And look at him, he stood up and didn't have any injury or anything. And okay, then we just fall apart. The next morning, I stepped into school to call to Miss McLennan's office, and then I find the boy and his father in her office. So I was shaking walking into her office. And okay, I stood up and they sat there and Miss McLennan asked me what happened the day before, and I just tell her the truth. And I said, it's not that I'm going to harm him or I'm going to beat him or whatever. We were playing, and then all of a sudden, whatever happened and blah blah blah. And then Miss McLennan said, "Okay, go to your class now." And then I heard that boy didn't come to school for a few days, and that's it.
But it didn't sound like that was on purpose, Jimmy. That was sound like an accident.
It's more of accident than purpose.
Okay,
right?
I got you.
The fact is that I pushed the door and the door banged on him.
Yeah. You was irritating you and then there you pushed the door. I got what you're saying. You didn't deliberately set out to do it.
Yeah.
I got you. And you got nervous when you went to the office and Miss McLennan just dealt with it.
Shaking, my legs were shaking. Well, at school, we all know about how she is.
Yeah.
She always looks serious and boy, I feel trembling just looking at her.
So by the way, anyone ever get caning from Spanner? Craig, you ever get caning from Miss McLennan from Spanner? Craig, Jimmy?
No.
Craig, you ever get caning from Spanner?
Me did get slap on my hand with our cane. I did go to her office. I don't even remember, because she did just pull me off I walking down the corridor. She said, "Come here."
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what it was for.
Yeah.
Remember,
Go ahead.
probably it's not something that you did then, Craig. Spanner follow you up and know the things that you've been doing. And probably she just catch you at that time. I should have time.
And just slap him.
Yeah, man. It's good like that, man.
I can tell you the one time I think said that I was going to get expelled.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So, the technical drawing
where's
building.
Spanner's office?
Huh?
Remember where's Spanner's office? Her
Yes,
windows can see every student walking to their classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Mm.
And
So
after that, I use a bypass. I avoid walking past her window.
You did what, Jimmy?
I avoid
you avoid it.
past her window.
If they like what you do, Dante.
yeah, man, you have to avoid that, man. And Spanner study, to know your bag, everything. She know your car key look and all them things. She don't have to see your face.
Yeah. But go ahead, Craig. You were telling us about the time you almost got expelled.
So, the technical drawing building, right? You have to go down across the lawn there and it down by home ec, right?
Yeah.
So, I forget the teacher name that used to do good technical drawing, but every time he want to smoke a cigarette or something, we get a little break. And them had a little open area right next to the technical drawing area. I'm used to go around there, go smoke. So one day I go around there and join him because everybody hang out in the walkway and by the steps and stuff. And I look on this tree in the back and I tell him, say, "Hey, this is a marijuana plant." And it's a tree, it looked like a Christmas tree. It was so big. And nobody noticed it is ganja plant. The thing must be about 10 feet tall. And it looked like Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
So them never believe me. So I pick off a leaf and I crush it up and said, "See, is marijuana plant." And nobody don't believe me, say is ganja plant. But I come from the country, so I know all about them something there. And so now me go tell them kids say is ganja plant and them have the idea, say them gonna pick it and smoke it. But me tell them, say, that one not good for smoke. It have too much seed in it. And somehow it get back to Spanner. Say, I plant the tree there and selling marijuana. Man, we did so afraid at that time. Me tell the gardener, say, I have to chop it down, cause now all the kids know, say, is ganja plant. Me, I didn't think, say, it was gonna blow up like that.
My God.
But you know, say
Yeah.
you mash up a man business, you know, Craig.
No man, nobody did know, say, it's ganja plant. Nobody, you can't see, say, nobody pick off no leaf off of it. It was just there and grew up.
It
You
just
know, say,
yeah.
you know that little patch of dirt right next to the boys' bathroom and the girls' bathroom.
Yeah, man, right now the
next to
back towards. Yeah, man, I know your talk. Yeah,
Homek.
yeah.
There used to be tons of ganja seed in there, So somebody was picking it and smoking it. But I don't think it's the kids. I think it was the gardener them.
Oh, I got you. You don't think it? You think it was part of the ancillary staff I deal with it away there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did notice all them something there, cause I grew up in the country, farming, next to a farm, and my helper too. She didn't know about all them bush plant and all them something there, and I used to learn from them.
Yeah. Interesting that, Craig. Very interesting. I'm asking
But
about. Yeah, go ahead.
it did come up, so it did the teacher them. Once I know, so the teacher them know, I said, oh my goodness, now Spanner gonna expel me because I hear all the rumors that going around, so me plant that thing over there. So
Say ever meet up with Span about it?
no, she never called me about it.
Okay.
I just noticed. I did ask the gardener. I say you have to chop that tree down. And like a week later, them chop it down.
This was a big tree then, Craig.
Yeah, man, it was tall tree.
Mm. If for them days, Dante, I take a picture with it and post it. Is that all over TikTok?
And then
Yeah.
them did have a ackee tree around there too,
Yeah.
They have a ackee tree.
Oh, yeah, remember, we used to pick ackee off
yeah.
of that and cook some food off of that. We remember.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Mitchell used to run that part there, yeah. We used to cook some food on that. But let me ask you a couple other questions. Because believe it or not, and I know Jimmy say he have work tomorrow and almost midnight. What time it is it now for you, Jimmy?
5 after midnight.
Wow.
I am heading out 6 in the morning to play golf.
Yeah, man, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to give yourself another 15 minutes and wrap. It's a couple more go to play golf a year. All right, let's give me another 20 minutes to wrap it up, Jimmy. A couple more questions. And you take this one first, Jimmy. How it make you feel? I bring up back all these Meadowbrook memories after 40 years.
Feel great. I mean, when you contact me, and I feel like memories flow back again. And to be honest, after all these years, I think school days are the best days.
Mm-hmm. Good to hear that, Jimmy. And
That is good. That is good to hear.
Yeah, man.
Especially knowing St. Meadowbrook.
Yeah.
I think we share the same sentiments, though. Mostly.
Yeah.
Actually, not even my college years got such feelings. I mean, maybe it's the age, like you said before, right? Most of the you see, at our high school years, our age, during that period is when we started to grow and start to learn and start to change in life.
Yeah.
And that would I would say is the best time of the whole life.
Yeah, when you transition from teenager to adulthood. Yeah.
From you, yeah.
Yeah, in the transitional period, you're right about that, Jimmy. You're right about that.
Right. And really appreciate you bringing up this stuff.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate you and Craig taking the time out to come talk to me. As I say, when I started this conversation, I had no idea that I never talked to both of you on the same day, and you all the way that time, man. So the same question to you, Craig. How it make you feel I bring up back all these Meadowbrook memories?
Yeah. I didn't think I would have anything to say. When Azik invited me, I said, Azik, man, I don't even remember what I did back then. But, good thing Simon asked me a couple days. And then you guys send me the podcast so I can listen to other people. And I say, oh, yes, I remember a little bit about that. Because, honestly, when I came to the U.S. in the beginning, I was very homesick because I didn't know nobody, basically. I had an aunt that was up here, and I did have a cousin. And actually, when I came up here, I was only 15. And when I went to college, them says that them don't accept 15-year-olds as full-time students. So I actually went back to high school up here, and it was a shock, how the kids were up here versus when we grew up in Meadowbrook. And it gave me a better appreciation of, how we had school, how we were in school. When we're in Meadowbrook, it's like everybody came together, and they were very accepting, everybody. You can see everybody wanted to be a part of the school life and get to know each other better. And no matter where you come from, all different. You have the really, really poor people, and then you have some of the kids them that was rich, and you can see that them was spoiled a little bit, but everybody was trying to help out everybody. And my big thing is that I used to take all my change and buy ice cement. And that's how, remember the lady out the front gate? We used to
Yeah,
stop.
man.
We used to stop at the front gate and buy a bag of ice cement, and everybody would know, come to me, I give them an ice cement.
Mm.
I don't know if you remember that. And there's this one guy, man, him thinks that I rich, but he never know say that, I didn't have that much money either. But whatever I had, I used to give it away. So this guy, Yuat, I don't know if you remember Yuat.
Yeah, you are Lauder.
Lauder, man.
Yeah.
Lauder always come to me, say, beg me 5 cent, 10 cent. And I say, it's just 5 cent, 10 cent, him ask me. And then as the years goes on, Lauder used to ask me for 25 cents. I said, oh, inflation,
Learn about inflation early, yeah.
Some kids too, them don't have no lunch. We go to Peckerman and I get them a sandwich, or because the cafeteria was expensive in those days.
Yeah.
You get rice and curry and all them something, but it was kind of expensive. But Peckerman know a lot of the kids them that didn't have nothing, and I used to tell Pecker, say, I want the discount rate for this one. So Pecker would give me a callaloo and bread for 25 cents. And some of the kids them that did what was hungry, we used to give them 25 cent hard-dough bread and callaloo sandwich.
Yeah, man. If it's even one slice.
Yeah.
Good man.
I did.
Peck make you leave hungry. That was the thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was the difference for it.
I used to buy lunch at the cafeteria all the time, and then when Peckerman come, I said, I support Pecker. Whatever him selling, I'm going to buy from him. Because him used to be good to him. Used to be good to all the kids them there too that didn't have nothing.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
Craig. Some years ago we honored him. Pecker.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Remember DT?
Beckford.
Who that I say?
Yeah, man. Peter McFoy.
No, I said Pekka. We honored him, some years back.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
honored him, man. And he passed on, So when he passed, we also we actually took care of most of his expenses.
Nice.
But the burial expenses. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
That's
we
good.
honored him. We gave him a plaque and thing and make him feel good.
Yeah, that was a good man. For Spanner to let him come into the campus and feed the kids, you must know how good he was.
Yeah, yeah. Cause truth be told, as you said, a lot of the kids them couldn't afford the canteen lunch. So and Pekka always had something for everybody. Yeah.
Even if it's a fried dumpling or something, them used to put like a little bully beef or something in the fried
That's very
dumpling.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
As I said,
Turby.
the fried dumpling, Craig, I remember that to Tarata. Pekka used to have the
Yeah,
nicest
man.
fried dumpling Tarata, Dante, yeah.
Yeah. We call it Herbie Turby.
Herbert, okay. Yeah. Me ask you a couple more questions first. And you take that one here first, Jimmy. I'm going to phrase the question. I'm going to phrase the question this way. Seattle Franklin asked me to ask a question here. I'm going to put it this way. It's like when him say, what do you think we can do for Meadowbrook past student want to give back to the school? Me rephrase the question and I say, if you see a man if you see somebody now you want to contribute to Meadowbrook, what would be elevator pitch?
Sorry, I don't get you.
What if you see somebody and you want them contribute to Meadowbrook, to your old school? What you ever tell him? Why should he contribute to Meadowbrook? A past student or anybody else at all?
Why?
Yeah. Why you don't want him? Yeah, go ahead.
Is somebody from Meadowbrook or not from Meadowbrook?
From Meadowbrook. Let's say from Meadowbrook. You want the idea is to get Meadowbrook students like yourself and Craig who want to start give back to the school. Why we need to tell people that not necessarily contributing, we might not aware of it, but we want to start generate a group of people, just more people start giving back. What do you think we can tell people? Meadowbrook people. What good way to put it?
Well, to be honest, I really have no idea. But through our conversation tonight or this morning, and of course, I think we all are in the 50s, right?
I mean, I'm my case, I was 60. I'm 61 last week, yeah.
Okay. From our age, look back to the old days and the conversation that we have just now, you can see that, okay, first of all, Miss McLennan gave all of herself into the education. Right? And also the teachers. And I remember the headmaster was Miss Morris, right? And also we were just talking about Peckers. I mean, like I said before, Jamaican is different from other country. And what I learned from Jamaican is giving, like what Pecker been doing. Right? So I would say give what you can to show your respect.
Sometimes that's all you need to tell them, Jimmy. Give what you can to show your respect. Nothing wrong with that at all. I don't have to be much. It can be a time, and it can be in kind.
Yeah.
It don't have to be much. You don't know when you're going to touch.
No, just within your own ability, whatever.
Within your limit, right? Within your where you are in life, yeah. That's true, Jimmy. And the same question to you, Craig. Oh, you encourage Meadowbrook people for want to give back to the school.
You know, if it wasn't for Ozzy, sir, I wouldn't think about Meadowbrook as much. Ozzy always reach out to me and call me and tell me about what going on in Meadowbrook. And when looking back at Meadowbrook, it is part of the best times of my life going through school. Even going through high school up here, college, university. I really enjoyed the camaraderie and the togetherness that everybody had in Jamaica. And I'm very proud of when I hear like podcasts like this, how people have taken what they learn and go on to have better lives, contributing to the society of not only Jamaica, but all across the world. What a big difference that, one person's vision. And I'm talking about Miss McLennan's vision of what people are capable of if they're given the right tools. And in that sense, I can imagine what she could have done if she had a budget like KC or GC or them big school there, what she could have done better. So, using these platforms, like you guys keeping track of everybody. If you have everybody email and you ask everybody for just $1, I'm sure we would have come up with plenty that we can do something to sponsor the school to make it better, give them better tools for the kids to learn what's out there, what they're capable of doing. Like I remember say when all the guys them was doing soccer and cricket and them all doing very good. Some of them never even have shoes nor socks to play the game, right? And it was Miss McLennan, Mrs. McLennan go out to all the parent teachers and ask them how we can raise money. And she did come to my parents and them did form a PTA. And that's how the FET came about, because my mother go open up her big mouth, say, we can get a barbecue together. And then everybody say, how we going to get that? What we going to serve? And all sort of something. So I don't know if you know that, that is the parent teachers, them that did have that FET and raise the money for all this, for the guys, them to go get uniform and
gears,
shoes and art supply and all them something there, because all of those things wasn't provided by the school, is the parent teachers raise the money to give the kids them all that. So if we can, as a alumni, can know what the school need, like as he said, him did have this vision of having a bus from how long, but you see him stuck to it, the discipline and getting together everybody to just for over 30 years now, as he have this vision and stick to it and never give up, and see is a reality today. I mean, if we have somebody like that can just get everybody together and say, just $1, we can do something different.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I think.
Well said, Craig. Trust me, well said. And we're in the process of working on that. We said a while ago, have everybody email address. I mean, I spoke to the principal about 2 weeks ago, and I'm working on getting a website where if we do just that, But I don't want to preempt him because I'm on board and know the momentum we have built up with these conversations to say, we could try do something substantial for the school. A long lasting. You see what I'm saying? Leave a long lasting legacy for the school. He want to do it and
for the school.
And
man, if everybody know a vision,
Yeah, right. If I have the big
picture
vision,
of a vision of what they want,
What a
I'm
big
sure
vision
people
is,
will
yeah.
support it.
Yeah, man, him have a good vision, man. But as I say, I'm not going to preempt him or nothing like that at all. And him have to put certain things in place first. So whenever that time become, I will have him back on to talk about certain things. So yeah, that's an excellent idea. I love that.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a couple. One more question before I ask you the one of the last question, and this go for everybody anyway. In terms of say, And you first, Ozzy, is there any question where you think I could have asked Jimmy or Craig, what I didn't ask them? Anything where you want to bring up?
You know, I wanted to find out from them who were their favorite teachers.
Well, we know Craig's already.
Yeah. I know nothing to do with math. Nothing to do with math, Dante. No. Go ahead, Jimmy. You go first.
I told you before. The man cursed me about smoking his cigarette in his
Mr.
office.
McGregor. Yeah. Rory.
And also the physics teacher, Mr. Gooden.
Yeah.
And nice old man, and I like how he teach.
Yeah. And you, Dante, any question or anything where you could have asked Craig or Jimmy that I didn't ask them?
No, but as usual, it's good to keep the link and one of the things that I think I wanted to know is and I asked the question, what's their perspective in terms of the diversity at the school? And I think it was answered. Basically, they are saying that they weren't even aware that they were
Chinese.
they were different in any way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, man, that's our leap. That's our leap to me too.
Yeah.
That them come a Meadowbrook. Yeah, go ahead, Dante.
Yeah, man. My view is that Meadowbrook was a kind of melting pot.
Yeah.
Truthfully, nobody treated anybody differently,
Yeah, and for years, from film perspective, that's a profound statement, Dante.
Right.
When Jimmy and Craig say it from film perspective, it means a whole heap to me. I hear that.
Yeah. I was happy to hear that.
Yeah.
You know, Jelly, I have, something. I had a question, and I don't want them to leave without answering this. If you don't mind me asking them another question.
No, man, go ahead.
But the question would be, what would your messages be to the present students at Meadowbrook?
And Craig, you take that one first.
Well, going to Meadowbrook, I believe everybody was equal, and throughout my life, I still believe that, even though some people don't believe that. Everybody have 2 hand, 2 leg. Well, most of us have 2 hand, 2 leg. And it don't matter what you look like. It's all about what you think about, what your dreams and aspirations are, and your discipline. Discipline, that's what we learn at Meadowbrook, is how hard you have to work to get what you want. It's not easy. You have to really work at it. And as long as you don't give up and you don't listen to other people, you can achieve it. Because it's not like, say, you fail and then you don't have another chance. This is your life. You keep at it and do what you want. And as long as you keep at it and learn little by little about what you want, you can get it.
Yeah, thank you.
That's my message. No matter where you come from.
And you, Jimmy, you have anything you want to say to the current crop of students?
Well, Craig said them all.
Say it all already.
Left me speechless. And I have 2 kids, 24 and 19 now. And I know how difficult it is to communicate with the teenagers. So sometimes, Craig said very well, but will they listen? Even I look back myself at my time at Meadowbrook. If anybody tell me that, I won't listen.
Yeah.
Right? But these days, after all these years, I realized what Craig said was exactly need to be said.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I will leave a question for you. How to get these message for them to accept and listen.
How we going to get it to them then? That's what you're saying. Yeah. The message what we talk about to them, how we going to get it to them in front of them. Yeah. And we have it already.
Well, you can tell them, but I believe most of them won't listen to it.
Yeah.
I mean, the teenagers.
Yeah, that may be true, Jimmy, but you don't know what they will listen. Sometimes a lot of things you heard, you didn't realize you were hearing it till we have time. But you say, yeah. Because you talk about some of the things you remember from Mr. McGregor. Craig talk about some of the things you remember. You get the message sometime and it's unconscious in your mind and you don't realize till years later you say, oh, you remember Spanner tell you this or Dr. Morris tell you that. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let me ask you the last question before I ask a closing remark from me, John. And you take this one first, Jimmy. What made Meadowbrook magical?
Sorry?
What made Meadowbrook magical?
I don't get you.
What made Meadowbrook the magical school?
What made
Meadowbrook magical?
What made Meadowbrook magical?
Yeah.
I would say Miss McLennan was the major rule, the key rule that, well, in our time, that had Meadowbrook, well, I'm kind of drowsy. Feel sleepy. Sorry.
No, that's enough, Jimmy. Because I want to say Miss McLennan name, and I have to say much more at all. That's let me ask Craig and then we'll close it up.
Anyway, Miss McLennan, I think she was the one. Okay, she looked serious and she was strict, and if she wasn't like that, who will keep the school in order? Remember, us teenagers, we are troublemakers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely
right. She made a big difference as it.
Jimmy, right.
She made a big difference.
Right. So here she goes. One more credit.
Yeah. So Craig, same question to you. What made Meadowbrook magical?
Everything. But I want to say that Miss Smith wasn't my favorite teacher, My most...
Dante, so quickly ma correct that.
Even though, yes, it was very enjoyable. But I don't know if you guys remember Mr. Hanniford.
Yeah, man. Yes. Definitely.
He used to teach bio. And that guy, I would say, I don't know how that guy reached where him reached, because him did ball, him did have a lisp, him used to stammer, him spit when him talk, him have big brown glasses. And I used to admire him, I say, if this guy can reach where him want to reach and teach in this class, anybody can do anything.
That's a strong message for China, Craig. That is true.
Because of how him look, and him used to, and how him teach and everything. Everybody used to bust on him, even during class. Them a tease him. Like, him ask a question, and the kids them in the class would answer him with a lisp. And him knows that they're making fun of him, But it never bother him. And because of that, everybody was open to ask him any question. And since his bio class, and you're looking at anatomy and all them something, him never afraid to answer any question. Never. Every now and then, would answer correct, a truthful question, and everybody embarrassed, so them talking and it get rowdy and everything. And he say, listen, everybody, calm down, calm down. But that was my favorite teacher because him never afraid to ask any question, and him never let anybody feel like said him can't answer and them can't ask any question. So, and that's why I did love bio, that guy. I didn't even know what else he did teach, but I did respect him for what him did look like and where he got and how much him really wanted to teach everybody and make sure so everybody did pass.
Yeah, thank you.
Bio.
Thank you, Craig. So, Ozzy, any quick closing remark before I close out this program, yeah? That Jimmy can go sleep.
Well, I'm so glad that we got a chance to speak to two of our Asian students, past Asian students, and hear their perspective on how they enjoyed Meadowbrook and what Meadowbrook has done for them. It was a pleasure talking to all four of you guys. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to more conversations with you, Jelly and Donovan and the rest of the crew. And thank you again for joining us, Jimmy from Taiwan and Chin from New York and BT from Jamaica.
Yeah, thank you, Ozzy. And Jimmy, any closing remark before I close this out quickly?
Jimmy sleeping.
Jimmy sleeping already.
Yeah, Jimmy drop asleep.
Yeah, I'm snoring.
Yeah, any closing remark, Jimmy, that you can't go sleep?
No, not from me.
No.
I'm already half of asleep.
All right. Craig, any closing remark before I close out?
Guys, thank you for inviting us, and I will continue to listen to a few more podcasts and stuff, although them kind of long. They're very enjoyable, Instead of watching news now, I'm listening to your podcast.
Oh, thank you.
And
thank you for
I appreciate all the effort you guys put into bringing us back together. It bring back really good memories, and hopefully, in this group we can do something better. Now that we established and most of us more mature in our life and work, that we can put together our resources and do something special. I look forward to that.
Yeah, man, thank you, Craig. And Dante, any closing remark?
Yeah, well, Jelly, first of all, I must say thank you for including me in this particular podcast. It's a special one this for me. And because as Craig said, you've brought together two of our, I'd say special. I mean, everybody at Meadowbrook is special, but two unique individuals. Jimmy, I was always I was always proud of his achievement and knowing that he achieved a lot of it in Meadowbrook. Coming to Jamaica as a foreign student and learning English, so well, And as he said, I almost passed in English. That's something that I remember distinctly. And Craig, brethren, Ozzy, long-time brethren, and family, I must say.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, taking part in this podcast.
Yeah.
And let's keep the link, gentlemen.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So gentlemen, Craig, Chin-Suey, Jimmy Chang, Chin-Suey, sorry, Craig. I don't hope I get the pronunciation right. It's Chin-Suey, right?
Chin-Suey.
Chin-Suey, sorry.
Chin-Suey.
Yeah, thank you. Jimmy Chang, Jimmy not asleep. Donovan, Dante.
I'm listening.
Donovan, Dante, Tegret Thomas, and Oswald Barrett. It has been a special pleasure for me if I talk to you for over 2 hours this morning and in the night for Jimmy on the other side of the world. And God bless the whole way. And God bless that great school at 2A Meadowbrook Avenue will bring us together where we can have the conversation and see them after 40 years. Like a picker with their sit down and attack. Have a good one. God bless you all. And God bless Meadowbrook. Peace out, my brothers.
Peace out, brother.
Peace out. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Ah.
Thanks. for listening to Meadowbrook Memories. And remember to give us all the encouragement you can on whatever social media platform you are listening. And special thanks to my production manager, Cameron Wright, who takes care of everything involved in getting the podcast out every week. And without him, this podcast would not be possible. It is his expertise that allows me to do what I love doing every week, having great conversations about Meadowbrook Memories. And he's responsible for everything else. So again, thanks to my production manager, Cameron Wright. Hello, this is Jelly, your Meadowbrook Memories host. Would you like to know how Meadowbrook won 7 trophies in 4 years in the 1980s? Purchase a copy of my book, The Startling Surprise, for a friend, a relative, or a student at Meadowbrook. Thank you. Check the link below. The views expressed by guests on this podcast are their own, and their appearances on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. While we will not add to statements made by a guest, we reserve the right to exclude statements or remarks that might be considered inflammatory. Thank you.